Thank you very much. That's very, very interesting. And I just wonder whether, based on your experience, have you noticed any kind of increase in cases of tokophobia over last years or over um, d- during the duration of your practice, or is something that is quite recent? How would you?
Okay, so I have absolutely seen an increase, and bearing in mind we're talking about the extreme fear now, a pathological dread, as the definition says. So we work with lots of people that have significant fears about pregnancy and childbirth, but may not be tokophobic. So that's about the intensity. But
Mhm.
we have seen fears per se across the diversity of that, as well as tokophobia increase almost year on year. It's quite incredible at the moment. They the statistics are quite diverse in themselves, but they very much believe within 15 to 20% of women and men could have a significant fear of pregnancy or childbirth. And I think part of that is right back to what we were saying, that social conditioning, whether it's what you see through TV, the stories people tell. It's almost become, sadly, socially more acceptable to tell the horror stories, than to tell the positive ones. And we've had women that have said, I had a really good birth, and I mentioned it at my antenatal class, and the midwife almost quietened me. So rather than building that confidence, there's almost a shushing of it. So in our culture, that there is an increase in fear mongering, if you like, that is an increase in fear.
And I
I'm
think,
seeing, uh-huh,
yeah, go ahead.
just a thought that came into my head. I'm seeing someone at the moment for hypnobirthing, who is from Japanese culture, um, and grew up in a culture where everybody had elective C-sections. That's just what you do. Um, and so to her, who wanted her first baby and still wants her first baby at home, in a natural environment, her family and indeed her culture are saying, why would you do that? Yeah. And so I think that's an element, or again, just an example of where that that culture is, that we can't do this. This is something we should be afraid of, which of course is driving fear.